Hi, this is Josh Parsons, here to present my ARTS102 final project. Originally, I had planned a design similar to the Future is Joel image in the ARTS102 final project instructions. I wanted an image where I would be the center of it and then there would be some elements around me. And then I saw someone on the pre-production forum who used this project as an opportunity to promote volunteerism. And I thought I could use this project as an opportunity to promote something positive. So one of the projects I'm working on right now for my student group is to get more involved with the community by fundraising for the homeless. Originally, in my image, I had a one-dimensional, few houses, a business, a skyscraper, this one-dimensional image as the centerpiece of the image, as the focal point. And it looked not very good. It didn't look very professional. It wasn't eye-catching at all. I couldn't color it or shade it to make it any more interesting. So I erased that, got rid of it, and I came back and made a 2-point perspective drawing of a city scene, which looks much better. The 2-point perspective with the 3D buildings really draws a viewer's eye. I'm very glad that I made this change. To balance my image, my city scene wasn't always on the bottom. I originally planned my city scene to be on top, and then the road would point down towards the bottom of the screen, which would draw a viewer's eye towards the text. And it works out well because the text on the bottom, I want the viewer to see the text especially, and elements on the bottom have the most visual weight. There were a few problems with that. Most notably, the road, when it was left to draw itself to a point, it seemed to go on infinitely. It would go almost to the bottom of the page, which would coincide with the text, and didn't work. So I had to put the city scene on the bottom, and the text on the top. To balance this, I made the text in all capital letters, and I made it very weighty, a very weighty font. And I think it works well. I think that the tops of the buildings, how they kind of come to a point, serve what I originally wanted the road to serve as. I want the viewer's eye to follow the lines at the top of the building to go towards the text. And in that respect, it works quite well. I achieve balance not only through balancing the text with the city image, but also I achieve balance within the cityscape. I do that by having more buildings on the left side of the image, but having larger buildings on the right side. That way, the visual weight balances itself. In addition, in the sky, on the right side there's a cloud and the sun. So on the left side, I added 2 clouds, a very large cloud and a smaller cloud, to balance the sky as well. For the colors, I originally had a pattern fill in all the buildings. A few problems with this. It didn't look very realistic. It looked too perfect, since I had like a pattern fill of maybe bricks or siding for the buildings. But if you look at an actual building, there's going to be cracks in the brick, there's going to be dirt, there's going to be missing pieces, imperfections. The pattern fills in GIMP don't really have that. They look quite uniform, they look quite perfect. In addition, I know I said it looked not very realistic, but at the same time it looked too realistic. I don't want realism in this image. I want something uplifting. Whereas a brick pattern fill would look too realistic, what I decided to do is use an airbrush. And that worked quite well, since the airbrush has some transparency to it. It reduces the contrast, thus reducing the dramaticism of the image. And that's really what I'm trying to achieve with this, is something positive, something uplifting when people view it. I want to draw their attention, and I want it to promote positive intentions. I want to look positive. And to that end, I think this image does quite well. If you'd like to get involved, you can go to facebook.com/Gale Lansing, the website's on the poster, and keep your eyes peeled. You might be seeing this around LCC.